welcome to my channel. Today we're doing reading for sign of Aquarius, and keep in mind that this will not resonate for every Aquarius. If you'd like a personal reading, it's going to be the first link in the description down below. Repeat that. First link in the description down below for a personal reading. Also find a bunch of other things there in the description. You can find my Etsy shop, which has my tarot and my oracle cards on there. A bunch of things there on my Etsy shop in the description down below. Just have to go check that out. Go in there, go buy something. Really appreciate that. You can also find my shirt store on my website. Different social media platforms I'm on, as well as Patreon. All that's in the description down below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so. I do appreciate donations here. So Aquarius, let's see what Spirit has in store for yourself. We already have a card falling out. Let's see what it is. Number 29, Wolf Moon with Hunger. Now Aquarius, we had the Wolf Moon, which was in like January, I think. During that time. Now we're going to pull some more cards here, but there's something that you're doing with that Wolf Moon that you're manifesting then. Let's see. Number 33 with Flower Moon Blossoming. Alright, Aquarius, this is the full moon that we just had. Alright. That we just had in May. Number 33, being an important number. Number 25 with Waning Crescent. Number 2 with Resistance. Number 39, Beaver Moon with Creation. Let's get your last card here. Number 41, Queen of the Moon, Sovereignty. Aquarius, this is telling you, like, things are going to be blossoming here. Alright. It can be blooming, blossoming to life here, but what it feels like is more towards the path of creation. Alright, through music, through writing, or something that you're creating here, Aquarius. Alright, in your own sovereignty here. Okay. So, these cards have deeper meanings to them, and we're going to read out of the book. Number 25, Resistance. It says, familiarize yourself with how resistance manifests for you, the overt and covert. If you continue to have doors slammed in your face, turn around. There will normally be an open door. Procrastination is just another kind of fear. Move forward with confidence and persistence. It says, I flow through resistance and I am in control. There are two kinds of resistance. The first type we encounter when we keep getting obstacles placed in our way, or our way is blocked. For example, we try to get a particular job in a particular field, but no matter how or what we do, it doesn't happen. This is external or overt resistance. Covert resistance, which occurs when we say we really want to do or complete something, but feel resistance not to. It is somewhat sneakier. All forms of procrastination fit in here. Writer's block being a classic example. When we want to do something but get distracted and don't do it, or we just can't seem to engage our will enough. This is covert resistance. When we want to get rid of a bad habit, an addiction, an old pattern, in fact, anything we are thinking of releasing for the dark moon, and feel resistance in doing so. We have a big dose of covert resistance. We must battle the second kind of resistance like we would battle a crafty and terrible enemy. We must raise our shields and sharpen our swords and have a strategy to remove the resistance. In fact, we must flow through it. It's a battle we might have to fight more than once, but we will be resilient and vigilant, and fight it we will, for we will win, or when we win, and we will win. The rewards are great. Why do we resist things we say we want? Sometimes we don't really want those things. Most times, though, we are frightened about what might happen if we do get what we ask for. What will people think? Will we lose our friends and family? Will we rise? Will it be all for nothing if we fail? We must be willful. We must have courage. We must repeat to ourselves, this is what I really want for me. Yes, I am worth it. And then, stand up straight and put on our crown of sovereignty of our own lives and go to battle. It says companion stone or metal is red jasper. Okay, number 29. It says feed the good and hope within you. There will always be a lean part of the cycle. Prosperity will come. Do not let your hunger blindly dictate your actions entirely. It says, I recognize all that I hunger for, in old and wise. Cherokee of the First Nations of the U.S. is speaking to his grandson about life. The young boy asks his grandfather, "It is said, grandfather, that everyone has two wolves within them. The first wolf gives darkness, despair, hate, jealousy, and sorrow. The second wolf gives light and hope and helpfulness and kindness. Yet, grandfather, I feel them fighting within me. What can I do?" Grandfather says, my small son, these two wolves will always fight, and they will fight within each person. You are no different," said the grandfather. "But," said the boy, "grandfather, which wolf will win?" And the grandfather answers, "Whichever wolf you feed." We must be careful about what we nourish and feed within us. If we give abundance to the aspects of the self that can harm others and ourselves, then we cannot truly thrive. Having no limitations upon these behaviors and patterns hurts us and starves the higher and finer parts of ourselves. That will bring us more happiness. To ripple that happiness to others is part of why we are on the planet as humans. We must also recognize that in life, just because it is a cycle, there will always be a leaner, less abundant, or less bright times. We have built our resilience and self-trust for times like this. We know we are both loved and protected. The cycle will soon turn to less shadow and more bounty. Companion stone or metal is Amazonite. Number 33. It says, "Do not give up. You have planned for this. Take no notice of what others think or say about you. Open and rise. Someone around you may be jealous of your success. Mark your victories," it says. "I joyfully blossom and I feel no fear." It says, "In the country in which I live, there really aren't a lot of meadows. That classic kind of gently rolling open space, often between a forest or mountains. This kind of space whispers to you, 'Here, rest a while. Lay down, my friend, it's soft.'" The first true Alright, so it says, "There is a time to blossom. We plant seeds, physically and metaphorically, so they will blossom into what we intend. Perhaps the journey has been a long and hard one, but we shouldn't give up, especially if we are close. Fear is usually the thing that prevents flow and blossoming. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of change, fear of what people think." I could go on, but no. If we release that useless fears and begin to enjoy our growth and eventual blossoming, it'll be all worthwhile. Companion stone or metal is ruby. Alright, number 39. It says, "You can create your own destiny. Be industrious. Every creature on earth creates. You should welcome the process of creation. Save money and time. Have a reserve." It says, "I am the mighty creator. It is my birthright to create." There is a good reason for the saying, "busy as a beaver," for the beaver is truly an industrious animal. Not only do they create sophisticated architectural lodges, but they change the course of rivers and waterways through strategic damming. They create new environments for themselves and other animals. Like the beaver, we too can create with industrious and vigor. Everyone is creative, not just those who are considered to be creatives, such as artists, designers, musicians, and writers. We all can be encouraged to think more creatively, to solve problems outside of square solutions, to invent new ways, and to imaginatively break new trails. This moon is the moon of taking action. Our northern hemisphere ancestors at this time would be preparing for winter. They'd be preserving food, preparing skins, gathering medicine, strengthening their homes if they were not nomadic, and preparing to move to better hunting grounds if they were. Anyone who didn't work hard at this time would likely suffer greatly for when winter came. The time to take action is now. Companion stone or metal is chrysoprase. It says, "You have sovereignty over your own life. Act with grace and confidence. You have the ability to unite disparate people in views should you choose to do so. The buck stops with you. You are powerful. Act like it." It says, "I reign over my own realm." The goddess of the moon, or goddesses of the moon, are one of the oldest kinds of feminine divine, and feature in mythologies from almost every corner of the globe, from Diana of ancient Rome and the Greek Artemis, the Semitic Astarte, and Hina from Polynesia. The link with the feminine divine and the lunar planet and cycles is a strong one. These goddesses, in all their myriad of forms, were extremely powerful, and demonstrated to women that they naturally had power as well. We should strive to be the powerful queens of our own domain. Women especially have been socialize, to differ, to keep small, to be quiet, and to hold a very twisted kind of service that borders on servitude. While in many first world countries women can choose to be what they wish to be on paper, women still experience inequality, and in most countries in such areas, wage disparity and an imbalance in the numbers of women in government or high-level board positions. However, what has been accepted in the past is not what will be accepted in the future. A new queendom is coming. When we reign over our own lives, it is us that takes on responsibility for our own change and decisions. The Moon Queen knows that we, just under the divine, are our own rulers, and such the buck stops here. Therefore, it is worth us investing in our own self-awareness and our own self-trust and self-care and self-esteem in real and practical ways. We must, as any queen would, set firm boundaries to protect our queendom and those who are under our protection. It's not mean. God, that's annoying. It's not mean we become cruel rulers. We should always aim for benevolence, fairness, and great love for all, as well as ourselves. It does not mean, or it does mean, we may have to push against those who do not respect our line in the sand. Companion stone or metal is platinum. Aquarius, what this is telling you here, alright, is that you rule your own world. You create your own plans, whether this be through actual creativity, through videos, whatever. You are creating your own path here. You're going to blossom that way. Setting those boundaries, saying no to certain things as well. Saying no to, like, self-doubt, fears, sort of, people that would invoke that. You really want something, say it and do it, Aquarius. So, let's get some ruins and charms yourself. We have Hathor. We have Ra. We have these two dragon lovers, one being fire, one being water. We have this moth. Moth's connected to the moon. Moth's also spiritual initiation, transformation, awakening of psychic gifts and abilities there, Aquarius. We have this dragon moon star, which is connection to Kuan Yin there. We have rewards coming in, Aquarius. That's what you're being protected as well, Aquarius. So, that's all I have for you. And like I said, first link in the description down below for a personal reading. Also go to my Etsy shop, go in there, go buy something. Really appreciate that. If you want to see more content, don't forget to like, subscribe. Bye guys.